finding Malaysia?
It's very warm, but it's a great place to spend Ramadan. The bazaars, we don't have anything like it in Minnesota. Incredible environment just to surround us, surrounded by halal food.
So what are the coolest mosques in Malaysia?
Ultra Mosque, of course.
Okay.
I really love Al Hussein Mosque in Kuala Lumpur.
Mungkin tuh salah satu culture shock orang Indonesia yang ke Malaysia saat bulan Ramadan adalah di Malaysia itu Muslim saat Ramadan gak boleh makan siang di tempat umum atau publik, termasuk di restoran. Kenapa culture shock? Karena di Indonesia itu boleh-boleh aja.
Tak masuk akal? Itulah reaksi pertama ramai orang apabila melihat sesuatu yang jarang berlaku. Pelancong dari pelbagai negara datang ke Malaysia pada bulan Ramadan. Mereka tahu satu perkara penting, pada siang hari ramai orang di sini berpuasa. Tiada makan, tiada minum, dari terbit matahari hingga terbenamnya senja. Namun anehnya, mereka tetap datang. Bagi sesetengah orang luar, Ramadan mungkin kelihatan seperti cabaran besar. Jalanan yang biasanya meriah dengan makanan siang hari menjadi lebih tenang. Restoran tertentu dibuka dengan penuh hormat dan ramai yang memilih untuk menunggu hingga waktu berbuka. Tetapi di sebalik semua itu, ada sesuatu yang membuat mereka tertarik. Mereka datang bukan hanya untuk melihat, mereka datang untuk merasai, untuk memahami bagaimana sebuah masyarakat mampu menahan diri, bersabar, dan tetap menyambut orang luar dengan senyuman yang hangat. Di bazar Ramadan, di masjid, di meja-meja panjang ketika waktu berbuka, mereka melihat sesuatu yang jarang mereka temui di tempat lain, kebersamaan. Dan disitulah cerita ini bermula. Kerana di Malaysia, Ramadan bukan sekadar tentang menahan lapar. Ia datang kesebaran syed hormat dan begini yang dikongsi
Day one of Ramadan as a solo Muslim traveler, and I'm starting in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
I've always wondered what Ramadan is like in different countries around the world, and everyone kept telling me KL is one of the best places to experience it, so I had to see it for myself. From my first day, I visited Jamek Masjid, the oldest mosque in the city, built in 1909. The architecture is stunning, but what stands out is the community. In Malaysia, every mosque offers free iftar, and people from all walks of life come together to break their fast. Just a 2-minute walk away is Merdeka Square, and this place gets packed. Families, groups of friends, even solo travelers like me, everyone sets up on the grass, grabbing food from the street vendors and waiting for Maghrib. While waiting around, I asked some locals, what does Ramadan mean to you?
It's mean everything for me, man.
One time, you get this time. This year, do the best for this Ramadan.
And then the moment the call to prayer echoes through the city, everyone eats at the same time. It's such a beautiful moment of unity. At night, the whole area transforms. The mosque glows, the river lights up, and the atmosphere is just unreal. This Ramadan, I'm challenging myself to pray in a different mosque every night around different countries. And starting in KL's oldest mosque felt like the perfect beginning. I can already tell Ramadan as a traveler is going to be something special. Can't wait to take you along for day 2.
Kebayang gak sih serunya Ramadan di negeri jiran, dari ngabuburit, iftar di Masjid Jamek, dan alhamdulillah berkesempatan buat ngerasain tarawihnya juga. Gue sengaja pilih hotel di seberang Masjid Jamek. Nah, ini suasana Masjid Jamek menjelang maghrib. Masya Allah, masjidnya ramai mulai dari anak muda dan bukber bareng keluarga. Ada makanan gratis dari orang-orang yang bersedekah, tapi gue gak dapet karena gue datangnya telat. Tapi gue udah beli bukaan juga di bazar samping masjid, mie mamak dan es kelapa buat ngeganjel. Habis maghrib, bingung banget saking banyak yang jualan makanan, tapi gue langsung ke Four Fingers karena gak antri, butuh cepet karena siap-siap mau tarawih dan ber-AC. Pastinya udah halal certified ya. Untuk ngabuburitnya, gue sempat jalan-jalan sore ke Pasar Seni karena nggak jauh dari hotel. Di sini cuma cuci mata aja, lihat aksesoris lucu-lucu karena nggak bisa jalan juga. Lalu gue ke Rek KL karena penasaran sama konsep toko buku yang bertingkat-tingkat ini. Di sini ada jualan barang vintage juga, fotobox, dan buka beberapa booth jualan. Dan terakhir untuk sahur, gue grab food nasi kandar pelita ke hotel. Sekian semuanya.
How are you finding Malaysia?
It's very warm, but it's a great place to spend Ramadan. The bazaars, we don't have anything like it based in Minnesota. Incredible environment just surrounding us, surrounded by halal food.
So what are the coolest mosques in Malaysia?
Culture Mosque, of course.
Okay.
I really love Al Hussein Mosque in Kuala Lumpur.
Wow, you mean up to there?
Yeah. And also the one in Alor Setar, Zahir Mosque.
Wow. Girl, you're doing amazing. You've been to so many mosques.
Day 6 of Ramadan as a solo Muslim traveler.
Today I wanted to experience Ramadan life in a Malaysian village, so I headed to Kampong Laut, home to what's said to be the oldest mosque in all of Malaysia. Some say this mosque was built as early as the 1300s, and what's truly mind-blowing is it's entirely wooden and not a single nail was used in its construction. I plan to have iftar here, but on Fridays the locals break their fast at another masjid nearby in this village. I arrived at the mosque knowing no one, and honestly they had probably never seen an outsider visit their mosque before, but the second I walked in they greeted me with open arms, welcoming me in and telling me to sit down for iftar. I got to try a traditional kampong meal.
So this is called nasi minyak, normal village iftar, but I'm sure you're gonna enjoy this.
Breaking my fast was syrup bandung, a sweet rose syrup drink, and ending with yellow watermelon. Something I've never had before. After iftar, I stayed for Tarawih, and it was beautiful seeing the entire village come together. They fill the mosque like this every single night. I also got a recommendation to visit another mosque in a nearby village, and what I saw blew my mind. I couldn't believe a mosque this beautiful existed in some random Malaysian village. I've never seen anything like it before. And since this was my last night in Malaysia, I had to participate in Kelantan's Ramadan tradition, More, also known as eating after Tarawih. And here everyone eats chole, a mix of seafood or meat dipped in a rich flavorful gravy. It's the most popular Ramadan snack, and after trying it, I get why they eat it every night. But Ramadan in Malaysia has truly been the best Ramadan experience of my life. But for now, stay tuned for day 7 of Ramadan.
So today I had a guy come up to me at the mosque. He's also a traveler, doesn't really post any content, but he was super shocked to see me. He's like, the only reason I'm in Malaysia is because of you. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I watched all of your YouTube videos, saw all the videos of you saying great things about Malaysia, and decided to do Ramadan here. And he said it's been the best Ramadan of his life. So when I say great things about Malaysia, I truly mean it, man. I think this is the best place to spend Ramadan, and it's been amazing so far. So definitely come experience it once in your life. It is worth it. It's so peaceful, such great vibes. People are so nice, so welcoming. Shout out Malaysia, man. We got a couple more days. Stay tuned for the next videos.
Mungkin tuh salah satu culture shock orang Indonesia yang ke Malaysia saat bulan Ramadan adalah di Malaysia itu Muslim saat Ramadan gak boleh makan siang di tempat umum atau publik, termasuk di restoran. Kenapa culture shock? Karena di Indonesia itu boleh-boleh aja. Misalnya orang yang lagi haid, yang lagi nggak puasa karena lagi sakit, kita boleh tetap makan siang di restoran, dan biasanya di restorannya itu ada penutupnya, jadi nggak kelihatan dari luar sama orang lain. Tapi buat teman-teman Muslim yang mau jalan-jalan ke Malaysia di bulan Ramadan, kalian nggak boleh melakukan hal itu. Karena teman aku pernah cerita, hukumannya itu bisa dibawa pakai ambulan keliling-keliling. Jadi Muslim hanya boleh makan di restoran kalau udah jam berbuka puasa. Jadi kalau kamu lagi nggak puasa dan mau makan siang, harus makan di hotel atau di rumah ya guys, jangan di tempat umum.
Apabila matahari mula terbenam dan azan maghrib berkumandang, suasana berubah sekelip mata. Meja-meja yang tadi dipenuhi dengan kesabaran kini dipenuhi dengan senyuman. Air pertama yang diminum, kurma pertama yang dimakan, semuanya terasa begitu bermakna. Bagi pelancong luar, saat inilah yang paling mengejutkan. Mereka melihat sesuatu yang tidak mereka jangka. Orang ramai tidak makan dengan tergesa-gesa atau mementingkan diri sendiri. Sebaliknya, ada yang saling menghulurkan makanan, mempelawa orang yang tidak dikenali duduk bersama, bahkan berkongsi hidangan dengan penuh keikhlasan. Disitulah mereka mula faham, Ramadan di Malaysia bukan sekadar ibadah pribadi. Ia adalah pengalaman bersama. Ia adalah tentang bagaimana kesabaran boleh menyatukan manusia dari latar belakang yang berbeza. Mungkin sebab itulah mereka tetap datang, walaupun tahu mereka tidak boleh makan seperti biasa pada siang hari. Kerana apa yang mereka temui di sini jauh lebih besar daripada sekadar makanan. Mereka menemui kemanusiaan, senyuman yang tulus, kesabaran yang nyata, dan kebaikan yang tidak dibuat-buat. Dan apabila mereka pulang, mereka tidak hanya membawa gambar atau kenangan perjalanan. Mereka membawa sebuah cerita. Cerita tentang sebuah negara yang mengajar dunia tentang sabar, hormat dan kasih sesama manusia. Ya, kerana akhirnya setiap perjalanan akan meninggalkan makna. Dan di sinilah kami percaya setiap cerita ada maknanya dan setiap makna bermula dari rasa sayang.
Lihat dari jauh rasa sayang-sayang ini